Boys, what's going on?
Josh, I am flowing like a river in an abandoned wilderness with the scent of a crisp air circulating through my nostrils.
Wow. Rex, Shady Nero. Boys, what's going on?
What's up, Josh? I am feeling like a tidal wave of the Joker's eyes are seeping into my skin and making me feel things I've never felt before in my life.
Sam, Rex, how's it going?
Oh my goodness, Josh. I am flying through the skies, looking at hippopotamuses with wings. Like, it's so ethereal. It's I don't know, it's unreal.
Yeah, I can imagine. Wow. I can imagine.
Oh my goodness. I had the most wonderful day. I swam with sea otters and they gave me some kelp and I sprouted fins.
No.
Well,
I'll be honest with you.
so crazy day for me. Josh, I am feeling amazing. Have you seen me in this side of the screen before? It's like a whole new... It's like I rearranged my room, and now I'm living in... It's hard to describe with words. It's
Wow.
Really, I should paint you a picture.
What's going on?
Oh, Joshy. I'm feeling the heat of this summer coming on. I'm going through some sweats right now, and I'm ready for this podcast, baby.
He's got the meat sweats.
Oh my goodness, Josh. I've been working out so much inside just to get rid of that pent-up energy.
That's
By
awesome.
the end of the week, I'm going to be like the next Hercules.
Wow.
That's how I'm
Okay.
Wow.
That's how I'm doing.
We got
during
Dwayne
this
The Rock Johnson
quarantine.
over here.
I am feeling like a flowing river with some major thunderstorms raining down on me.
Jeez.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Rex?
Oh, Josh, I'm feeling real out of my mind right now. I'm about to tear everyone to pieces with the predictions and my ways of going about life. I'm gonna tear them up.
Rex, what is going on?
Okay, so I have to tell you guys something.
Oh, okay.
Today, I decided I'm going to put a mint in my mouth.
Wow.
And I did, and the cooling breath of fresh air that I breathed out
Yeah.
froze over this ocean, and
Wow.
that's how my heart feels right now.
Wow. Sam, you have a chance to out-energize Rex today.
What?
Josh, I am feeling like a tidal wave is lifting up my heart and spitting it back out into the universe for everyone to kiss.
Oh!
Let me tell you, have you ever played the game Pokemon?
Can't say
Picture
I
this.
have.
I am a score bunny, and I feel like the fire inside me, because the Empire coming out so hot, is making me evolve. And I just feel this power surging through me. Josh, I feel like all my ovaries have aligned perfectly. And God has gifted us with a newborn child named Chino, replacing our Lucifer of Jacob and eliminating him from the game.
Oh, man.
Finally, Optic has a chance to redeem itself.
So you're doing
just
pretty good?
rejoicing. I'm pretty good. Things are feeling good.
Going on.
Get it.
Josh, I'm feeling like a soy-scented candle that was just been lit before a rigorous love-making session.
Oh.
Whoa.
Thoroughly
so-
basking in the melted
Candle
wax. While it oozes down my skin, it makes me sweat in
That's hot wax.
a relief type of sweat.
This is sweat.
Josh,
Oof.
with the news
Firm Josh.
of Pristini
Yes.
Yep.
and clanking keyboards is making me run a race that I don't know. It's like a marathon, and I'm ready to hunt down a month.
Did the phrase
no.
clinking? Wait, we just clinking people.
I am feeling like a warm cashmere sweater on a snowy day, sitting by a campfire.
Oh, that's
That's
it.
how I'm feeling today.
Hey, short and sweet.
Short and sweet today, Sam. How you?
Well, Josh, I'm feeling like a wet nap on a Tuesday.
That's what he was laughing about.
Oh my god! He just came right in with that one.
Oh wow! So, guys, little insight here.
Josh, I am feeling like I am living in a hot fire of drama and intensity, and I am thriving in it. I'm ready to eat the souls of my enemies right now.
What's going on?
Josh, have you ever taken a dip in the ocean and felt the salt touch your skin
Once or
and
twice.
dry it out?
Mm-hmm.
But there's a certain sense of elation that you get that it almost gives you. It makes you feel really good.
Makes you feel alive.
Makes you feel really good. That's how you end that one.
Josh, you know, I'm feeling like an ice cube that's just met an ice rink. That's the love of my life. That is part of who I am. And I'm just now experiencing my full potential.
Wow.
What I could be if I just added a little more water, a little more pizzazz, a little bit of cold to make me into the ice rink that I truly am.
Man, you're the best ice rink I know.
Josh, I'm feeling like an ice cube on a hot summer's day on a piece of gravel in the middle of nowhere where the sun is beaming down and melting me, but it's not a terrible sense. It's more of a freeing, like my soul is being released into the wild and becoming water where it belongs.
Oh, that's great, dude.
Wow.
This is back-to-back Ice Cube weeks. _BO3 Sam. And to our farthest right is Ice Cube.
Hey.
Let's go. Guys, there's some bad news today, man. There's some bad news. Rex is MIA.
Josh, I'm a feeling electric today. Like I feel like I'm in a subway riding down the track. And all of a sudden, there's something in the distance. What is it? It's a big, fat W for the New York subliners, and I'm feeling hot.
I mean, not only... I gotta ask before we get anything else, what's going on?
Josh, I am feeling electric tonight. The way, just like the Eiffel Tower is lit up at night amongst a romantic hotel bedroom. You know, there's the two little dens and a little Luca sleeping and hiding away on a little bed. And
Oh, that's where this is going.
cuddled up
Oh.
until they went to Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
That's where our story begins, and it's made me feel a certain type of way. If you know what I mean.
Yes.
Josh and Sam,
Hey,
I am
hi.
feeling like a spring breeze, just a gentle, quiet spring breeze is going right underneath my legs, right up and just touching the hairs underneath the crotch. And just breezing past them, making them a wish in the wind. And it's giving you that
Man.
freeing feeling that, you know, you get.
Oh,
And that's how I feel right now.
man, you had me up until the hair, man. You had me.
Josh,
Oh.
I am feeling like a suited up business professional.
Woo.
I am feeling like I need to clean up, put some hand sanitizer on, and get these germs out of my face because I'm ready to rumble
Uh-oh.
with this
And
new
he
mic.
is sounding angelic with the new mic. It is unbelievable, guys. Can you believe it? Sam, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Really good.
I am feeling like a Sherpa climbing up a mountain right now.
Oh.
Climbing up to
Oh.
that summit, climbing over those rocks until a breeze hits me. I'm falling down the mountain. I'm rolling down, but I hit a tree.
No.
Oh,
But it's a soft tree with lots of leaves. and
Thank
I'm
goodness.
feeling okay. Not a scratch on me. Then I start climbing back up, climbing until I get to the very top. I take my flag and I plant it down, and I'm feeling good.
Wow.
dang.
Well, Josh, Oh, I'm feeling like I just got to my grandma's house in the middle of the woods. She's warming up the tea on the kettle. I hear a little whistle.
Don't do it.
What is that?
Don't do it.
It's the wolf whistling in the distance. He wants to blow the house down, but not today. The hunter has come by and said, no, not today, wolf. And sent him back to the woods to go back with his pack and find real food and deer. And I have been going through a whirlwind of emotions about everything that's been happening. I am a whirlpool in the middle of the ocean. I am like the Bermuda Triangle. Ships are passing by. They're disappearing. Who's that? It's Illy? I don't know. It's just things are disappearing, but somehow it's mysterious. It captures you. You just want to think about and talk about it even more.
On.
Josh.
Shoot, this is going to be his worst one yet. What the?
I am feeling like a ragamuffin has just squandered away with my biscuits, and I don't know what to think. It's how I'm feeling right now.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, Josh, I'm feeling like a glittering princess today, ready to play some baseball and swing for a home run, baby. Josh, I am feeling like Mario just discovered his Peach, and she was running away into Bowser's castle, but he said, no, come back here. I'm saving your life before you even enter that castle. And we can live forever and have a happy family and have babies. And we'll call them Baby Mario and Baby Luigi after my brother because I love my brother, Luigi Giuseppe, brother. Josh, I'm feeling cracked out of my mind, ready to take on the world. Do you hear me? Do you hear me, Josh? I'm ready for it.
I hear you.
I'm ready to take on the world and eat salads every day.
Get anything else? We gotta ask what's going on, guys. How you doing?
Josh, I am feeling so excited to be here right now, and I can't wait to see all the news we're talking about, and it's just gonna be a good time.
Oh no!
Man, he's holding that for a long time.
Josh, I am feeling like a tiger in the rainforest. With the water's pouring down, it's dark out, and in the distance I hear and me and my tiger senses recognizes that's the infamous, legendary, thought to be extinct dodo bird in the distance. I sprint after it. I see it in the grass. I whip out my claws. I make a mark in a tree just to let it know I'm here.
Okay.
I prowl around for 5 minutes, and then I pounce and I kill it. The last dodo on Earth is gone.
Oh.
That's the sort of power I'm feeling right now.
Wow.
Removing things. Well, Josh, I'm feeling like I'm walking through the Hogwarts halls, perusing the paintings, moving around. Where are they going? What are they seeing? But the steps, I'm trying to take a step on the steps, and it moves just in time where there's nothing in front of me anymore. Oh no. There is non-existence, unfathomable deepness in front of me, and I'm about to fall. But wait, there's Dumbledore waiting for me, casting a spell and raising me up above the steps, throwing me back into the Gryffindor common room and putting me to sleep where I belong.
Wow.
On.
Well, Josh. You scared? Oh.
Guys, happy Halloween.
I am feeling like a spaceship flying through space, exploring the world, the universe around me. Like, what is that over there? It's a gaseous star. It hasn't exploded yet. We haven't traveled 1 million years into the future. Like, it's crazy out here. So I am so pumped for this. And that's how I'm feeling today.
Yeah.
Well, Josh, I am feeling like a man on a mission. I am living in the dark in this cave, my man cave, and I'm typing away on my little computer here. One monitor. But what? In the corner of my screen, I see little red numbers crawling across. What are they? They're numbers. They're codes. They're the nuclear launch codes in my grasp.
Ma.
And I don't know what to do with them. Do I launch the nukes for the lulz? Do I keep them, save them for a rainy day? I don't know.
Launch them, baby.
Josh, I'm feeling like my grandmother has just baked me an apple pie. And I'm
What a
sitting at
day.
the table. There's some linoleum on the floor. And she comes scooting over in her sandals, plops it down in front of my table. And what does it say on it? League play. I'm like, Grandma, are you Vonderhaar? She goes, and she takes off her mask. She goes, yes, Rex, I am. And I have a beard. Now eat your apple pie league play. And I said, all right, Grandma, you're the boss.
Slash
And I felt
Wanderer,
pretty
right?
good, and it filled me up.
Wow.
Well, Josh, I'm feeling like a ballpoint pen, right? And the
So
ink
festive.
is seeping out of the tip of the pen, and I want to take it to paper. And when I do, it just smudges a little bit, and I just can't get it to write like I want it to write. Until I wiped it with a napkin, and then I was able to write clear as day. And I felt pretty good.
It's always the worst when it seeps from the tip. Sam, how you doing?
Oh, Josh, I am feeling like TJ Hallie on the map right now. I am gunning around corners, sliding around, slide canceling,
Doubling down on it.
and I am just gunning Scump, gunning Envoy, and gunning Dashy. My brother in arms is getting gunned by me, 100 Thieves, TJ Haley. Josh, I'm feeling like the #1 fan of the Best of 3 podcast. I wake up, it's Tuesday. A smile comes to my face. Not just any smile, though. It was a smile knowing what is coming my way today. Except, and that
Poetic.
is the Best of 3 podcast. I jump out of bed and sprint to the shower to make sure my ears are squeaky clean to hear the in-depth analysis and formal fanboying from Bash, of course. I make myself a hearty breakfast of chocolate chip Pop-Tarts to make sure I am fueled and rocked.
Really?
Well, I'll receive the weekly news. Finally, I put on clothes to make sure my body is comfy and warm so I can be at ease while listening to the intense debates on whether Josh is a hype beast or not.
Oh, definitely not.
Overall, a quality podcast that every competitive COD fan should tune into. Keep it going, boys. 5-star review
stars.
from
Wow.
Deneen. Josh, I'm feeling like a speck of dust, and on this speck of dust, it exists. A certain weather pattern is forming inside, like Whoville and Horton Hears a Who, right? And a storm is brewing. It's like a Christmas storm with so much snow, and it's just destroying the whole town. But here comes along Cindy Lou Who, me, you, and she saves Christmas.
There's a rhyme potential there.
And Horton, on the other side, outside, holding a speck of dust in his trunk, is thinking to himself,
Activision.
wow, Christmas is saved. Well, Josh,
Look what he's wearing.
I am feeling disgusting right now. Like an earthworm who's just grimy and gross with dirt all over me. You're making me wear this. I am held hostage. Get this out of here, you disgusting caterpillar with your hundreds of legs.
Well, if you guys didn't piece that together,
Save
I had
me.
Rex throw on this Oak Boys hat for the intro here.
Well, Josh, I am feeling like a bodybuilder who has just lifted his max amount of weight.
Okay.
587 pounds of pure iron metal.
I mean, that
My
is
Iron.
veins are popping out of my arms.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, this is the perfect time to get an injection.
Oh.
Or a draw,
PEDs.
a blood draw.
A blood draw.
Because
Oh.
my veins are popping. They're perfect texture, so I'm feeling that.
Yeah,
I'm feeling veiny.
There's nothing better. There's nothing better.
nothing better than a veiny Rex.
than a perfect textured vein.
A perfect
Textured vein.
I am feeling like a spaceman. who has just put on that spacesuit for the first time.
The moonwalk.
And I'm feeling the cool air and the little crevices between your skin and the suit just through my body like a slippery eel. And I'm thinking to myself,
I like that.
I am pumped and I am ready to go to the moon, to go to space, and just observe Earth from a distance. And I'm seeing the world as an ant and knowing that things are bigger than I am.
Center for ants?
And having a very existential experience.
Man.
Wow.
So many crossovers.
I am feeling like a librarian on their first day of work. They've gotten all dressed up. They've got their nice little, their cute little skirt on and their glasses and their long and curly hair that's graying a little bit. And the first person just come to me to check out their first book. And I beep it with the scanner, beep, that satisfying sound. And it brightens my day seeing their smile on their face. I am feeling like a knight just trotting through the forest. And I'm riding the King's Road on this dirt path that's worn down, but you can tell it's a path. And there's roses to my left and tulips to my right. And all of a sudden I see a man in peasant gear come up to me with a pitchfork. And he asked me, hey, I need some help with this hay. And will you help me? Good night. I said, my good sir.
Good night.
I will more than willingly help you because you are so pleasant. You are a pleasant peasant. Thank you. I am feeling like a canister of Germex, and I'm just putting it on my hands, cleaning up, and I'm feeling clean and spicy and that sweet, sweet sour smell that Germex provides.
Sour?
I am feeling like an alchemist, and I'm just brewing up these potions, right? And I come up with this potion
of invisibility
that makes you fly. And and everyone knows nobody can actually fly, but I'm an evil alchemist, and I'm convincing everyone this potion will make you fly. And what do? I give it to somebody, and somebody buys it from me, and I'm making major bank. He takes the potion, and he jumps, and guess what?
He flies.
He flies. My plans have been foiled. And you know why? Because he was a god by the name of Illy. I am feeling like a baby wipe who has I've been gently placed on the back of the toilet, and I'm not feeling so good about this. And all of a sudden, somebody comes into the bathroom, and I'm like, oh no. They decide to pick me up, take me to their desk, and use me to clean their hands and clean their keyboard. And I'm thinking to myself, this is a worthy cause. And I am feeling so good.
Of what you just avoided. Wow. What's going on? Rex, Sam, how you doing?
Oh, I'm feeling like a man who's ready to throw a controller at the wall, but it doesn't break the controller. I pick it back up and the passion is just flying.
Oh my word. Sam, how you doing?
Well, Josh, I am feeling kind of like a fish swimming through the ocean. And I come across this kelp forest, and what's lurking in there? I don't know, but I'm curious. So I'm going to go explore. And all of a sudden, out of one of these crevice rocks in the corner, an octopus arm comes out and grabs me.
No, it's Temp.
And then he ate me, and that's it.
Oh, the thieves got the New York subliners and Shady Nero sad, man.
Josh, I am feeling like a bottle of Purell.
Round two.
Swimming around with some goldfish in it. And I'm like, why are these goldfish in the Purell? They're gonna die. And like, I see their gills just kind of like pulsating. I'm like, they gotta get out of there. So then I proceeded
these actual goldfish.
to take the Purell and just keep pressing down on it until all the Purell was gone. The goldfish are saved, maybe. I put them in my water cup, and let's hope for the best, guys.
Oh my word, I was losing it.
I am feeling like a goldfish who's just been bought from the pet store, and this kid is just shaking me around, just yelling obscenities at me, and I'm like, what is going on? I don't want to be here.
Finding Nemo.
But the mom is like, hey, stop it, kid.
we're releasing this fish because you're being bad. And so she takes me and releases me into the wide open ocean, and I don't know what's going on anymore. I am in this giant fishbowl.
Yeah.
And there's things all around me, and it's just mystifying, but so exciting at the same time.
Oh man, I can.
Josh, I am feeling like
Ooh.
a bag just hanging out in a tree, and I don't quite know what's going on, but I'm just living the life, right? There's a bird's nest, taking care of her little baby birds, and they're just chirping away, and I'm just taking it in, enjoying
It's spring.
what's around me and breathing in the fresh air.
Wow.
Well, Josh, I am feeling nice.
Oh,
Real nice.
Wow, dude.
It's
Let's
been
go.
a phenomenal week over here. I couldn't be happier. I am feeling like a sunflower who's just bloomed, and spring is just now starting to begin, and I'm
Man,
seeing
it's that
hummingbirds
spring
flying
vibes.
around, and I'm like, this is home. I'm just basking in it, really.
Oh my word.
Well, Josh, I am feeling like a kid who is just in this little sour patch, you know? And it's like, what's a sour patch? Who knows? But I'm like this little blue guy with a little dust on me. I'm like, what's this dust? It kind of hurts. It's kind of like glass. And it's kind of cutting into my gummy skin. I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. And all of a sudden, this carrot comes over and it's like, hey, I'm eating you. And then I go right over, like in the top of its head, like the leaves are kind of like the mouths. And it's kind of it's a religious experience, really.
I mean,
Wow. Well, Josh, I am feeling like the Energizer Bunny, right? And I've got my drum. I'm banging around. I'm fucking all right. I'm feeling really, really great. And I'm pounding my drum, but then my right hand, I pounded it too hard. There's a hole in my Energizer drum. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And I'm panicking. And then all of a sudden, the battery on my back starts going electric, and it was like, and a spirit comes out and is like,
Okay.
I will fix the drum. And it's like the grandfather of all the Energizer bunnies comes out, and it's like a mystical mist that comes down and like reanimates the hole that was in my drum, and I'm starting to bang again.
Oh my goodness.
Well, Josh, I am feeling like a cow in a tornado, and I'm just mooing around in circles, and I'm losing control. I don't know what's going on. It feels like my insides are being ripped apart. And then all of a sudden, I spit up some CoD, and it starts flying around in the air, and then it almost hits me in the face, almost. But the dynamics and velocity of my body and the CoD just were like at complete good equilibrium that we just never came in contact, and I felt pretty lucky.
What's going on?
Oh, well, Josh, I'm feeling, like I'm feeling.
oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no. Here we go, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. On.
Ooh-wee. Josh, I am feeling like Mr. Rogers going out on a Saturday evening and getting twisted off the Henny, and I'm thinking to myself, ooh-wee. It's been a good week.
Mr. Rogers twisted on the Henny.
Rest in peace.
I am feeling like a Yeti climbing in the Alps. And I'm just out in the open on the snow-capped mountains, and I'm observing that there's just this one grand oak tree just growing at the top of the summit. I'm like, how'd this get here? But for some reason, I'm experiencing some spiritual entity that is just around here. Like, what's been going on? And all my fur is now just like really spiking up, like how you get goosebumps, but for a Yeti. And then all of a sudden, I hear in my ear, oh yeah. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's my Yeti ancestor speaking to me. I'm the one to rejuvenate my Yeti kind and bring us back into the population as a non-endangered species.
Man, going on.
Oh, well, Josh, I think we just can run around the track field and run circles all day saying 360 no scopes all the time until somebody comes along the track and the coach is like, what's going on here? Quit saying 360 no scope and just run the race. You're in last.
Well, John,
Oh no.
I'm feeling bold and brash.
Oh no.
The Squidward bold and brash.
If you notice the picture in the background, everyone, if you're watching on YouTube, of course, as you should be. Shady Nero, how you doing?
just a win. I totally forgot it was called bold and brash.
Well, Josh, by looking in the background of my room, it feels like maybe I'm being held against my will, but that's not the case. That's not the case.
The white walls.
Because you can tell I'm not, because I have bold and brash painting back there.
Yep.
Bold
One of my
and brash.
prized art possessions. It's gonna be the next big thing. I'm expecting to sell it for honestly a lot in the future, and I'm holding it down like someone would an NFT.
Hand painted by Squidward himself. It's a prized possession. It truly
Squidward.
is. Sam,
Well, Josh, I'm feeling like a rat who's just released out of this mouse trap, and that mouse trap was obviously way too small to contain this beast that is within inside me. So I got that cheese, and I'm running home with it.
oh baby, no rat or no mouse trap is stopping this rat. Sam, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Well, Josh, I am feeling like a fan that's it's acting as a helicopter blade spinning around, but you know that plastic covering, it just hinders flight.
Oh, it does.
And you
It
can't
does.
maneuver as well as you'd like to, but you're getting a lot of cool air coming in and hitting you. So what can you complain about, really?
Hey, man, Sam, how you doing? Oh,
Well, Josh,
That's true.
I recently just bought some Dallas Empire joggers, and they are possibly the greatest thing that I've
Did
ever
you
worn
really?
on my body.
What?
It is like heaven as pants.
They have
And
joggers?
meanwhile, my crotch is right there waiting to enter the pearly gates.
what is going on?
Well, Josh, I am feeling like a whale, a blue whale who's just been beached. And honestly,
not good.
I'm panicking.
Yeah.
I have a lot of anxiety. There's lots of these creatures with 2 legs and skin walking around, and I'm like, what's going on here? You guys need to back up, and I need to get back in the water. But then all of a sudden, an old maid comes along. She's got her flower basket, and she starts throwing petals on me. I'm like, this is kind of nice, but I'm still very anxiety ridden. But then all of a sudden, she picks up sand, blows it in my eye, and she all of a sudden then lifts me telepathically and throws me back into the Pacific Ocean.
That ain't no maid.
It was quite the belly flop, if I'm being quite honest with you.
10 out of 10.
But it's all gone, and I'm feeling free, and
Wow,
I'm back in my
man.
habitat.
That's great, dude. I'm so glad to hear, bro.
Well, Josh, I am feeling like a salamander that is crawling around in the gravel in Florida. And I'm like,
Okay.
who's this Florida man at the gas station, and
Oh,
why is he
no.
drinking the gasoline? But I'm a salamander, so I'm like, maybe that's healthy for humans. And so I go about my day and I eat a few flies, and honestly, I go home with my wife and kids, and I'm feeling great.
Wow, man.
Well, Josh, I am feeling like a dust mite that lives on a fan blade, and it's spinning around, and I'm getting pretty dizzy until eventually I come flying off, and I go straight into the refrigerator across the room, and there's
What
a
a landing.
plethora of food for me to eat, and I just start vibing out.
Wow, man.
Well, Josh, I feel like the love of my life has decided to take a dump on my chest. And, you know, I'm not feeling so great about it, not my thing. And I kindly ask, just, hey, let's not shit on my chest, please and thank you. We're better than that.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, OBJ would disagree, but Sam, how you?
Well, Josh, I am feeling like a kernel of popcorn who's just on the verge of being popped in the microwave, and someone threw butter on me, and I was like, man, this is the greatest suntan lotion. And then I popped and became into my delicious true form.
Wow.
Hard cut off.
Not.
Well, Josh, I am feeling like a fan that is just caked in dust, and I'm spinning around, and it's getting more and more difficult to spin because all this dust is just piling up. Then all of a sudden, a dust mite comes and decides, hey, you little fan, I'm gonna help you out. And he starts eating the dust and cleaning me up. And I'm feeling refreshed and rejuvenated.
Wow, dude. Win on.
Well, Josh, did you know that cheetahs can't roar?
I did.
That's right. It's my new thing, guys.
Wow.
Fun facts.
Oh.
That's
Wow.
right.
So we're switching it up.
Decided to do some rebranding.
What's going on?
Well, Josh, I am feeling like a caterpillar, like a furry caterpillar.
Okay.
And I'm crawling along and I'm biting at these little dewdropped leaves. And as I'm going, I'm minding the crows and the ravens that are out to get me. And I'm like, not today, where I flip around to the underside of the leaf so they can't see me. I start eating away at it. And meanwhile, I'm getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm like, I'm about ready to go to bed. And then I ate the rest of the leaf and I fell. I ate my own leaf off and fell.
Okay.
But that's okay, because on the ground there's a little dandelion. And I went and I started spewing my
silk.
my putting my heart into it. And I'm making myself a cocoon. And I go to sleep.
no.
And the next day I wake up in the middle of New York City.
Wow.
The subliners send me this. I'm pumped about it.
Wait, what?
I won a giveaway with the subliners
you
Twitter.
got it.
Well, Josh, I am feeling like a gerbil. And
Okay.
I'm trapped in this metal cage, and all my owners have thrown in here is this running wheel. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm tired of exercising. There is more to my life than just running on this wheel that I call my life in this cage.
Yeah.
And
of course.
so I decided I'm chewing through that metal because I got teeth of a gerbil, and I bite through it and I escape, and I go and I run into the sewers. And by first jumping through the toilet, swimming down, I'm a pretty good swimmer, and I come into contact with this huge, ginormous rat. And he inducts me into his family, and I mate with his daughter, and we have these beautiful gerbil rat hybrids. And honestly, we're planning on taking over the world. Well, Josh, I feel like aliens have landed on our planet, and they've assimilated into our society.
Okay.
And what is actually the reality is that they aren't aliens. They're actually ourselves from the future observing us as and if they were to mess with the timeline, we may never get to where they are now. So we're almost like a tourist attraction, right? Like, let's go do the time travel machine and see what it was like back in the day.
Okay.
And so, but you can't, interact with it, but it's almost like safari tours.
Yeah, and that's what you felt like at Champs this weekend.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Well, Josh, I am feeling like a lion cub prowling around the savannah. And I'm thinking to myself,
of course,
where are my parents at? What is going on? And there's this giant, long-necked lion that's way taller than me. And I'm like, maybe its name starts with a G. It's got spots. Maybe it's a cheetah. It doesn't run that fast, and it bends down for water like, man, I'm thirsty too. And so I decided to join this new lion pride and really ingratiate myself within them.
Yeah, as one does.
And it really showed me a new way of living life and gave me a whole new perspective.
Yeah, I mean that is
Well, Josh, I am feeling like a rabbit running this race, and there's this tortoise next to me, and he has the audacity to be like, "Hey, little bunny, you think you can beat me in a race?" And I'm like, yeah, tortoise. Who do you think you're talking to? I'm one of the fastest land mammals out there. Bet. And so then we went on this race, and I swear to God, the referee Robin, he cheated. They scandalized it.
Oh,
He let the tortoise like just run like slowly.
It's going off the rails.
And you know what happened? The tortoise, he went backwards, and then like, no one had like the courage to stop him because like it's a tortoise. He's pretty old, like you never know. And then he went forward and crossed the finish line, acting as if he ran the race. And everyone just let it go because he's old.
There's always that.
Well, Josh, I am feeling like a chupacabra. Oh, prowling around the streets of Puerto Rico. And all of a sudden I spot across this field, I'm like, is that a churro? At my gas station, it's a churro. I go sprinting over my skinny body and I'm like, give me my churro. And I take it and I bite it and I start digging a hole into it with my tongue. I'm like, what's this? That is not the succulent, delicious blood of a goat. What is going on here? I've been duped by the system. I've decided, you know what? I'm taking revenge. I decide to head to the local farmer's field and eat his goat because a chupacabra's gotta survive too.
Wow.
I get my own. I will survive.
My word. Oh, baby.
Well, Josh, I woke up today feeling like Bash's newborn child. And I'm just crying away all night and all day, and I'm not getting any sleep, and I'm hungry, but Bash, my dad is right there for me to protect me from all the storms I may encounter in life. And I always know I can trust him to be my anchor. So thank you, Father.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Well, Josh, I'm feeling like a hog, just rolling around the mud in the middle of the farm, and there's this little spider that's been hanging out up in the rafters, and I've been observing it, saying, "What's going on, little spider?" And I go over and I start eating at my mush, my sludge, and this is really delicious. And all of a sudden, the spider comes creeping from its home across the fence post in front of me and stares me directly in the eye. And I'm like, little spider, you better get away. You better get away from my food. I'm trying to eat here. And then it jumps on me and it bites my nose.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, man, this turned out to be a really weird day.
Wow, that really going on.
Well, Josh, I'll tell you. Guy, you asked me to come on this podcast today, and I feel like I have been transported to the loading bay of a spaceship that's completely broken.
Oh.
And on this spaceship, there is a multitude of other people around me.
Of course.
Don't know who they are. I can't communicate with them. They're just completely mute and they're just going about their business. Mm-hmm. Wiring things, fixing up control panels, turning on and off lights. It's crazy. But what's this? You might be wondering. I've got a knife in my back pocket.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm going around and I realize, would you look at that? I am skinny enough to fit in that small ventilation shaft. I'm going to get into that vent And I'm going to start wrecking havoc.
Oh, no.
You want to know why? Because I'm a freaking imposter right now. That's why.
Oh, baby, he's an imposter.
That was an impressive.
Oh my goodness! What a freaking work! That was actually insane.
Well, Josh, I am feeling really, quite honestly, discombobulated and as if my body has morphed into something I don't recognize anymore. I remember crawling through vents, flying through space, but it isn't what I'm seeing now.
Interesting.
What I'm seeing now is a trim beard, a balding head, and not nearly as tall. It's shocking. I'm shocked.
Wow, my goodness.
Well, Josh, I am feeling like a butterfly and I'm stinging like a bee right now.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
hopping around the ring, throwing hooks left, right, and center. There's
I
nothing
love
that can
some of
stop
that.
me. I'm climbing the steps to the sound of Rocky, and I'm jumping up and down in joy.
It's beautiful.
Ooh, well, Josh, today you were looking like a peppermint patty ready to be scrounged up and thrown in the fridge to make it a little bit colder and harder.
Turning the tables.
'Cause I don't know about you, that's how I like my little candies.
I always freeze mine.
That's beautiful.
I can't wait, my little peppermint patty.
Oh,
What would you say?
Well, Josh, I don't know if I'm in my body right now.
Okay, all right, yeah, why?
The sound is just flowing around and I don't know where it's coming from. Everything's turned upside down and I'm living in this area of just so many colors.